Okay, those who just came in, so you please try all these few questions first. Okay, I expect you to be able to do part A, B, D, E, F, and G. Okay, F and G is something that I didn't show yesterday, but if you know how to simplify, you should be able to do, correct? There are a few, this simplification, I have given you how to simplify this in those lessons I taught you about exponential function. Okay, C, if you know how to do that, will be from the knowledge that you have from high school. Okay, so everyone take some time to try. Afterward, I will explain one by one. Yep. Based on what we have learned yesterday, simple rule. Okay, so for part A, straight away when I see part A, there's something in my mind. What is that? That is, E is a constant. Correct? And I have to convert this into the power term form so that I can use the power term to find the rate of change of the power term. Am I right? Still remember how to find the rate of change of the power term? Multiply by the power take away 1. Am I right? So every time when I look at the expression, I know what formula to use. Yeah. So I will start by changing this to EX to the power negative half. Am I right? So I'm using this indices law, that is okay, I just put 1 over a to the power of n. I will write it as a to the power of negative n. And square root means power half. So these are the formula that I use in order. So you must be very well versed with every formula. Are you clear? Or the rules? Okay. So now I'm ready to use this. That is, so when I want to find the gradient function, that is the f prime x or the dy dx. If I give you fx, you write as f prime x. Are you clear? When you start to find the gradient function, you have to write f prime x in front. F prime x means dy dx. It means gradient function. It means rate of change function. So I bring down the power, multiply by the power take away 1. Negative half minus 1 is negative 3 over 2. So I can leave my answer as negative e over 2 x to the power negative 3 over 2. You can leave your answer like that. If you don't know how to change further, just leave it like that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, but if you are able to, then you can leave your answer in this form. That will be much better. But that doesn't mean you will get extra mark. You get me? That doesn't mean you will get extra mark. Much better means your presentation is better. Power 3 over 2 means x times root x. Yep. Okay. You also can leave your answer like that. Nothing wrong. Okay. The next one, B. I also must know that it doesn't mean everything got ln I must differentiate. No. 3 ln 2 is a constant. So you see, whenever I look at the question, I talk to myself. And I also going to apply this. If I have A plus B over C, okay, I will prefer to, down there is a single term, I will prefer to split. The reason why I say I will prefer to split, the reason is because just now the other class got one girl make a mistake. Okay, so this is a better way of looking at things so that it prevents yourself from making mistake. So now I have my y equal to 3 ln 2 is a constant. Divide by x plus 5x divided by x. So now I also use this formula, right? But I haven't simplified it yet and write in that form. So I'm going to simplify it and write in that form. You see, I put the 3 ln 2, I put in the bracket. That means it's the A in my formula. X to the power negative 1 plus this, simplify this, I get 5. So my dy dx, now I'm ready. Multiply by the power take away 1. You don't have to rush, you just do it step by step. Derivative of a constant, rate of change of a constant is 0. So I got this, negative 3 ln 2 divided by x squared. So this is my answer. Got it? So you just need to do step by step. Keep talking to yourself what to do next. Okay. If you look at C, okay, look, every time when we have a denominator that is more than one term, or even this is one term, but it involves ln. So we have to put this in a bracket. So I will always put a bracket there. So I will put gx is equal to 5 over bracket ln x. So when I bring it up, it will look some sort like this. This is power 1, right? Bring it up, power negative 1. So now my question is, can you use this one? Can you use that one? The answer is not, because this is not x, it's ln x. So cannot use. Here it must be a x. Do you get me? But here inside the power negative 1 is ln x. So I tell myself why I cannot use. Because is ln x power negative 1 and not x power negative 1. You see or not? See the difference? So I cannot use the formula. I cannot use this formula. And I also cannot use ln formula, right? Because ln x the whole thing to the power negative 1. Yesterday, still remember I said one of them you cannot do? Okay. So that means this one cannot be done using simple rule. It doesn't mean that everything you see got ln can use the ln rule. No, depend on how is it appear to you. Got it? So that means part C, whole. We cannot do yet until afterward I introduce you another rule. Okay, then let's go to part D. So part D also the same as just now the question, whereby you have to split. Right? Part D is y equal to EX. Okay. Y equal to e to the power x over e to the power x plus 7 over e to the power x. Whenever the bottom is one single term, I will split. Okay, so this one I get 1. This one I write it as a exponential term form. Am I right? So how to differentiate exponential term? We learned it yesterday, correct? If I have an exponential term, power fx, so the formula is copy down the whole thing times by the derivative of the power. Am I right? So this is written as y. So the slope function or the gradient function will be written as dy dx equal to rate of change of a constant 1 is 0 plus. Exam, you don't have to write. I write this so that everyone know what am I doing. Copy down the whole thing. Multiply. Okay, what I need to multiply here, I need to find the d dx of the power negative x, which is, what is the rate of change of the negative x? The gradient is -1, correct? So -1. So I put the -1 here. So now you understand? So I purposely write this to tell you that how I get the -1. Exam, do you need to write? No need. You make sure you know how to do. So the answer for this one will be -7 e to the power -x. So for any of my students who can do it without writing all this and straight away get this answer, go ahead. So all the step there, it doesn't mean that I have to award you with a mark. So for this question, correct, I will only award you with 1 mark. All this step is no mark. It's what you're supposed to know. It's your responsibility. So when say come to responsibility, correct, that means you won't be awarded. Are you clear? It's exactly, I'm a teacher, I'm supposed to teach properly. Is it a must that my boss must give me a bonus? No, because it's my responsibility. If my boss want to give me a bonus, I thank God for it. It's something extra. But it's not a must that I must award you. Are you clear? Because that is called responsibility. So from now on, you have to know that not every step will be given. Mark will be given. Okay? So let's go to the next one. That is E. So E, I'm trying to test you on something. Do you know what am I trying to test you on? Okay, E, 6 over EX squared. What did I put? HX or FX? HX equal to 6 over EX squared. So I'm testing you on if I have things like that, I can split. So I put the constant in one group and put the variable in another group. Are you clear? So that is what I want to test you. So this is equal to 6 over e. Okay. If those who know 1 over x squared is x to the power negative 2, you can straight away write. You don't have to write 1 over x squared, then after that write another time. So that is how we save time in writing the step. So all these steps will not be given, the answer is no. So h prime x will be, using just now the first rule, 6 over e times by the power take away 1. So this is equal to negative 12 over ex cubed. See? You don't have to rush when you do your finding the gradient function. You just make sure you know what to do it correctly. So what you should do is, from yesterday example and today this question, you keep looking through the question. Tell yourself, if I see this, I must do this. If I see this, I must do this. You see it 10 times. Whenever the question given to you, do you know how to do? The answer is a yes. Yes, young lady with the white jacket there. Are you okay? Okay, so F and G. So F and G is the simplification whereby I didn't show you yesterday, correct? So F is e to the power of ln x. What is the function? Okay, sorry. Y. Okay, I just put it as y. Huh? Y is equal to e to the power of ln x. So do you still remember I told you, if I have e to the power ln something here, the answer is the something, correct? If I have e ln 2 ln a, so what is the answer? Can anyone tell me?
So is it a squared?
Yes, you are right. Are you clear? So that is how you use the formula. If the coefficient of ln is not 1, you cannot say it's 8. See that? Okay. So this question can be simplified as x. So your dy dx will be equal to 1. Okay, so now I ask you this question. If any of my student, okay, give me the answer of this one like that. Okay, I just want to ask you, can I mark him wrong? This is an exponential, right? Copy down the whole thing. Then time by, what is the derivative for ln? We know you have to put fraction, correct? So it's 1 over x. So anyone give me this answer, can I mark it wrong? Can I mark it wrong?
No.
No, I have to give full mark. But you see, you work more. Am I right? So I will mark you correct. Nothing wrong. You are following the rules. Am I right? But you work more. You work harder. Am I right? You have to apply 2 rules, 2 simple rules. So that's why I say, whenever I give you an function to find the gradient function, you ask yourself, can it be simplified? But I can change it in such a way. I can change it in such a way. Show that this function has a constant gradient. If I ask you to, if I change this question like that, show that y equal to e to the power ln x has a constant gradient of 1. Then you will be in trouble. You have to learn how to simplify this. If I set the question like that. Do you get me? So very much on how I ask the question. So you have to read the question carefully. If I do until this step, I show that it's a constant one. It doesn't depend on x because my gradient function doesn't depend on x. Do you get me? Okay, so let's go to the last one. That is y equal to ln e to the power of 2x. Yeah. Y equal to ln e to the power of 2x. So we are applying this formula first. That is ln of a number to the power n. I can say n times ln of that number. Am I right? So I will write this as 2x times ln e. And I know what is the value of ln e, am I right? That is 1. So therefore, my dy dx, my gradient, is a constant gradient as well. That is 2. If you get your dy dx function that doesn't depend on x, that means I can make a conclusion y equal to ln e to the power of 2x has a constant gradient. What other thing that I can talk about? Therefore, y equal to ln e to the power of 2x is a straight what? Straight line graph. So you see how you interpret? So interpretation is extremely important. Okay? So far, so good? Good. So let's study about what we so-call the next rule. Who know the name of the rule? No. That will be the last rule that I'm going to think of. Chain rule. Quotient rule out, please. Chain rule. So when you talk about finding the gradient function or slope function or rate of change function, the first thing you have to ask yourself, can the function be simplified? Second thing, you have to ask yourself, can I apply simple rule? You apply first. If simple rule cannot work, like just now our that question, y equal to what? What over what? 5 over ln x. So I put here like that. So I got y equal to 5 times ln x, the whole thing to the power -1. So I cannot use any of the simple rule because the ln x, the whole thing is power -1. Right? And it is not x to the power of something. So cannot. So then I ask for chain rule. So chain rule are for what you so-called composite function. So I'm going to give you the rule straight away. please don't follow the textbook by using substitution method. That will slow down your working. Okay, so how we recognize whether the function we can use chain rule or not? It must be a function of this form. A number. So this is a number. It must be a number. When I say a number, I refer to a constant like E, ln 2, all these are constant. Multiplied by another function to the power of n. So in this case, this is my A. This is my gx. Are you clear? And this is the n. Have I shown clearly each component? Okay, so now, how am I going to get the gradient function for this? It goes in this way. Multiply by the power, copy down the whole thing, power take away 1. It's a chain effect. I have to find the derivative of gx. That means I have to get the rate of change of gx and multiply with the whole thing. So that means there is a chain effect. You have this, then change. Are you clear? So in that way, you will make your calculation, your working much faster. Don't follow the textbook by substituting with you. And any one of you got solution book? You must try first. Okay, so now can you please try to do this question using this formula? Without me showing you, try to follow the formula and try to do it. Got the answer already? Find the dy dx of this. Follow the formula. If you are done, you can look up so that I know everyone is done. Those online, I cannot see you. So when we are in class, we have to be patient with one another because some of us are not as fast. Okay, so I will do. So we follow the formula. You know what am I doing? This step. Multiply by the power is -1. Okay, copy down the whole thing. Power take away 1. Multiply by. Do you know why I put a bracket there? And I put a line there? Do you know why I do that? Because I'm doing the derivative of this. That means the rate of change of ln x. Am I right? Because ln x is in the bracket. Still remember when you want to find the derivative of a ln term, isn't it? I say you must have a bracket and a fraction. Yeah. So this is x right at the bottom. Derivative of x is, rate of change of x is 1. So I write this down here, 1 over x. So I can leave my answer as -5 over x and ln x, the whole thing squared. Are you okay? Okay, so now I'm going to give you one question for you to try using this formula. Yeah. Okay, let's do find the rate of change of y equal to So if I ask for rate of change at x equal to 2 means I want to find the value of dy dx when x equal to 2. So you must get your rate of change function first. So remember, dy over dx is rate of change function. Without rate of change function, you cannot get the rate of change. Are you clear? So your very first step is to find the dy dx for this given function. Okay, so if down there is more than one term, I usually will bracket it up. So please work it out. There are two ways of working out this. It's up to individual how to work it, how you want to work it out. After you get the dy dx, you substitute the x with 3, then you get the answer. Okay, if I'm a student, okay, I want to straight away apply chain rule. So I will write this as nothing wrong. I'm not saying this is wrong, okay? Correct. So I apply chain rule, multiply by the power, correct? Copy down the whole thing. Power take away 1. Am I right? Then time by the derivative of this one. That is 8x minus 4, correct? Okay, so now I don't have to simplify. I can straight away substitute. So when x equal to 3, my dy dx will be equal to -1, 8 times 3, 24, take away 4, divide by 9 times 4, 36. Okay, I have to translate, okay. Minus 12 plus 1 squared. Am I right? So this will be -1 times 20 divided by 24, 25. Is it 25? Huh? 25, so 625. No, I will not do like that. I will write 25 times 25, correct? So I cancel 4 and 5. So I can simplify as -4 over 125. Okay. So are you clear? So now, this one take a long time. So if you put in some effort to look at the original equation, okay, everyone look. So it will make your calculation so much easier. Can I write this as 2x minus 1 squared? You see, whenever you do something, don't rush. Look. Can I make it simple? Yes. I'm still using chain rule. Do you know how much time I save? If I bother to change it like that for this situation, I'm not saying for all. Isn't it? So this is -4 over 2x minus 1 cubed. X equal to 3 dy dx. Haha. How much time have been saved? Without calculator, how much time have been saved just for this little gesture here? So you want to be an A+ student? I will set the paper in such a way. If you use the shortest method, if you use the method that can save your time, you can complete the paper on time. So that is how you are going to view higher level maths. You not only must know how to apply the formula, you must know how to change the situation so that it make the working simple. Are you clear? So I give you the situation. So how to acquire all this?